Your name?
Suzanne Bass. I'm an attorney in Jacksonville. Welcome to the great city of Jacksonville. My question, how would your religious beliefs, if you're elected, impact the decisions that you make in the office of the presidency?
Congressman Paul?
Well, my religious beliefs wouldn't affect it. My religious beliefs affects my character and the way I treat people and the way I live. The only thing that would affect... The only thing that would affect me in the way I operate as a president or a congressman is my oath of office and my promises that I've made to the people.
Governor?
Ron Paul makes very good points. I concur with that. I would also seek the guidance of Providence in making critical decisions. And of course, ours is a nation which is based upon Judeo-Christian values and ethics. Our law is based upon those values and ethics. And in some cases, our law doesn't encompass all of the issues that we face around the world. The conviction that the founders, when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, were writing a document that was not just temporary and not just for one small locale, but really something which described the relationship between God and man. That's something which I think a president would carry in his heart. So when they said, for instance, that the Creator had endowed us with certain unalienable rights, among them life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, I would seek to assure that those principles and values remain in America and that we help share them with other people in the world, not by conquering them, but by helping them through our trade, through our various forms of soft power, to help bring people the joy and opportunity that exists in this great land.
Mr. Speaker?
I would say that there are three ways in which religion would affect me. The first is, I agree with Governor Romney. I think anyone who's president is faced with decisions so enormous that they should go to God. They should seek guidance, because these are decisions beyond the ability of mere mortals to truly decide without some sense of what it is we should be doing. I would say, second, that we have a real obligation to recognize that if you're truly faithful, it's not just an hour on Sundays or Saturdays or Fridays. It's, in fact, something that should suffuse your life, should be a part of who you are. And in that sense, it is inextricably tied in with how you behave. But I would say, third, one of the reasons I'm running is there has been an increasingly aggressive war against religion, and in particular against Christianity in this country, largely by a secular elite in the academic, news, media, and judicial areas. And I frankly believe it's important to have some leadership that stands up and says enough. We are truly guaranteed the right of religious freedom, not religious oppression by the state.
Senator?
Faith is a very, very important part of my life, but it's a very, very important part of this country. The foundational documents of our country. Everybody talks about the Constitution, very, very important, but the Constitution is the how of America. It's the operator's manual. The why of America, who we are as a people, is in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created and equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. The Constitution is there to do one thing: protect God-given rights. That's what makes America different than every other country in the world. No other country in the world has its rights based in God-given rights, not government-given rights. And so when you say, well, faith has nothing to do with it, faith has everything to do with it. If rights come... If our president believes that rights come to us from the state, everything government gives you, it can take away. The role of the government is to protect rights that cannot be taken away. And so the answer to that question is, I believe in faith and reason and approaching the problems of this country, but understand where those rights come from, who we are as Americans, and the foundational principles by which we have changed the world.
Thank you, Senator. We have one more break to take, but we have a lot more to discuss. Don't go